to me even than that. And I know, well, that's the neat thing. Pastoring might stop today for us officially, but friendship for Cindy and I are going to go on, and that's what's exciting. It's probably, maybe it would be easier if you were moving 2,000 miles away, just because it's a separation, and it might make it more difficult for you to actually be here. But I'm kind of glad you're here, because that friendship's a lot easier 20 miles away than 2,000 miles away. But I appreciate that, and I thank you guys for what you've done for us. Somebody else? Larry.
Carolyn and I, since we've been back in the valley, we've been part of the Cuna Church. It's been so many years, and we don't change very well. Our hair is getting gray, and we kind of stay there. But if we want to get a kick in the rear and kind of get us thinking a different way, we like to come over to the experience. I just want to tell you the experience we had here. I don't know, it's been 3 or 4 years now, but the girls softball from Walla Walla College come down here every spring, and they play 3, 4, 5 games, however many they can get in with the different schools, College of Idaho, BSU, and I don't know, I think Weber State came up here and played them once, and they play all over. But anyway, they were going to come in here to the valley, and Bernie Yonke, who's the pitching coach, is a long time friend of ours. I met him this summer before Carolyn and I got married. In fact, Carolyn was instrumental in me meeting him up at McCall, and we've been friends ever since. But they called and they wanted us to come over to the game, so we went over to the game, and so they were staying over, and they were going to stay over Sabbath, and they were going to play games on Sunday and go back up home, and they talked about coming to a church here in the valley, and they were going to come to the Cuna Church. Well, we said okay, and then we remembered that Cuna reverses the service, and so I tried to get a hold of them, but nobody would answer the telephone. So Carolyn and I thought, what do we do? And so we kind of drummed up a plan, and finally I didn't get a hold of him and say, we're going to go to a different church, and we were going to go to a kind of a very, I've got to be careful what I say here, but kind of a calm, maybe a little bit boring service for a bunch of college kids. So we thought, you know what? We're going to change the whole thing, and we're going to go to experience, and we're going to have a good time. So they had the bus, and we met them out here at the corner in the country. They were on their way, and so we just said, follow us. And so we brought them over here. And when those girls came walking in that door, and your band was playing, and that's back when Dirty was here, and it had a beat, and it was something else. This place was rocking, and those kids, they thought, boy, they died and gone to heaven already, So we had a really good day, and then we had them over to the house, and there were a lot of kids from just the valley, not necessarily SDA kids. They were kids that were playing softball and liked to be at Walla Walla because they had a chance to play. And some of the parents came, and I'll tell you, we had some nice discussions all afternoon in our house, and it was fun, and we would do it again. Thank you very much, Brian, for giving those kids a kind of a... You probably remember them coming in. We had a couple tables right over here, but it was fun. Someone else?
Now I have to think of something terrible to justify your own no. No, I was just going to say, a lot of you already know that a lot of our memories tend to be about cycling, but it's been fun watching Brian go up bogus over the years. From the first year when Daniel and I took him and Jerry up, and it was the year they were going to do their first KTSY ride, and they were woefully prepared. And honestly, Daniel and I thought maybe they'd make it halfway up bogus and give up. And we were going to be impressed if they made it halfway, honestly. And neither one of them would give up. They just kept going very slowly for hours and hours and hours, and did eventually make it up. But then over the years, we've done this kind of July 4th tradition. And a couple years ago, I think, what was I, pregnant? I don't remember. When you went up and we did the picnic, and we just over the years, and then finally Brian beat his goal of doing it in 2 hours after it taking more than 5 hours the first time. So it's just been very cool to ride with Brian, and and then to go on the bike tour last year and with Shell cooking, although I don't think you ever want to do that again, but anyways, yeah, so that, you know, we have a lot of really good memories of just cranking it out.
Biking story. Somebody else? Dottie.